Mataji, I have a question.
Yes, okay. Yes, go ahead.
Does your child come to this class?
Oh, that is your question. I know he has to join my class, right?
I'm in the class.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so he's in the class. My younger one, he hasn't come here today. I mean,
What's his name?
He's gone to swimming, and he will be here soon, hopefully.
But what's his name?
His name is Varun.
Oh, okay.
Yes, Varun Srinivasan. Okay. All right. So we can get started, kids. So today we will do the Bhagavad Gita verses first. And then, so if we finish the presentation early, then we will go through the pastimes of Nityananda Prabhu. Okay. So that way we will learn more about his pastimes today. It is very, very auspicious to listen to Nityananda Prabhu's pastimes today. So I want to make the best use of our time available to us today. Okay. All right. Okay, let's do it in groups. Please raise your hands for chanting the sloka, and we will do it in groups. Okay, at least I need at least 5 to 6 per people. Okay, 5 to 6 kids. Balaram, Samskriti, Tulasi. Okay, Varun, you joined? Hare Krishna.
Yes.
Okay, please turn on your video. Varun and who else? Okay, these are the kids who will be chanting this verse specifically. All right, please, after I count 3, you can get started. Do it slowly and steadily. Okay. All right, 1, 2, and 3. Go ahead.
परिचिन्तयन् केषु केषु च भावेषु चिन्त्यसि भगवान् मया.
Who knows this memorized?
Me, Mataji, this is Shubhadra.
Okay, Shubhadra, go ahead.
I can see without looking.
Yes, without looking, you can.
Katam vidam maham yogim stvam sada parichintayan keshu keshu cha bhaveshu chintasi bhagavan maya.
Wonderful, no mistakes, Subhadra. Very good job. I see that you were in Damodar class as well. You go to Damodar class.
Actually, Mataji,
Uh-huh.
I actually practiced this like in chapter 10, the temple. I read the whole chapter of 10.
Oh, good. So you know all the verses from chapter 10 then?
No, I know some of them, Mataji.
Wonderful. Good job, Subhadra. Thank you so much. Who else wants to go ahead today?
Jagannath, wait, I'll tell Mataji, wait.
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Padmasaki Mataji. I know that today is Jagannath's birthday. Why don't we all wish him first and then get started with our class instead of doing
Hare Krishna to you. Hare Krishna to you. Hare Krishna, dear Jagannath. Hare Krishna to you. Hare Rama to you. Hare Rama to you. Hare Rama, dear Jagannath. Hare Rama to you. Happy Krishna conscious birthday, Jagannath.
Happy birthday, Jagannath. I can't see you properly. You put your camera.
Yeah, your camera is tilted, so we can't see you properly.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, dear Jagannath. May the Lordships, Lord Krishna and Srimati Radharani shower her choicest blessings upon you, dear. Hare Krishna.
Mataji.
Wonderful. Did you all have a good prasadam? Today being Nityananda Traidashi, I think you'd have been fed really well.
Yes,
right?
Not yet,
Mataji, can we both show drawings? My brother made this. This is the frame now. I didn't draw it now.
Wonderful.
Okay. Giridhari and Jagannath, we can show that at the end, okay?
Okay, Mataji.
Subhadra, sorry.
Hare Krishna, Jagannath.
So Jagannath, what is special today, Jagannath?
Nityananda Trayadoshi.
Nityananda Trayodashi.
Nityananda Trayodashi special. Are you making any special videos today?
Yes, Mataji, it will come in the weekend.
See, all the kids can all stay tuned to see his video coming up this weekend. All right, good job, Jagannath. Hare Krishna to you. So we can get started with our next verse. And our next verse is, am I sharing my screen or no?
No, Mataji.
No, Mataji.
Okay.
Mataji, I stopped it to highlight Jagannath. Sorry.
Yes, absolutely. Okay. So is it visible now?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay, so we'll go to our next verse quickly because today we have to do the pastimes of Nityananda Prabhu. I want to make it really short and quick, okay? If that's okay, we can go to this verse. All right, who all wants to recite this verse? I see some raised hands here. We will go in that order. Varun, Balaram, Samskriti, Tulasi, Aditya, and yes, so we will have these.
Mataji, I did it before. I forgot to lower my
Mataji.
hand.
No, that's okay. You can still recite this verse. Anybody who recited even last time can recite this verse. No harm, okay? Mukund and others, if you want to recite Balram, you can all recite this verse, okay? All right, let's go ahead. 1, 2, 3.
आदित्यानामहं विष्णु ज्योतिषं रविरंशुमां मरीचिर्मरुतामस्मि नक्षत्राणामहं शशि.
Can I say?
So whoever knows this memorized, one person I can pick up and then they can recite this verse memorized. Who wants
Mataji,
to-
can I say?
Who's this? Balram?
Subhadra.
Subhadra, you said last time.
No,
right?
can I say the translation later on?
Yeah, that's fine. But I'm asking who can do this memorized.
In Samskriti?
Can Tulasi? Hare Krishna Mataji, I joined a little late.
No problem. Okay, nobody knows this memorized. Next week I'll try with somebody else then. Okay.
I know it memorized, Mataji.
Who knows this?
Tulasi.
Tulasi. Go ahead, Tulsi.
Aditya namaham Vishnu Jatisham Raviramshumam Marichirmartamasmi Nakshatra namaham Shashi.
Wonderful. That was great. Thank you so much. Subhadra, go ahead and read the translation, please.
Translation. Of the Adityas, I am Vishnu. Of lights, I am the radiant sun. Of the Maruts, I am Marichi. And among the stars, I am the moon.
Good. Thank you. All right. Third verse for today. Please raise your hands. And I see Tulasi. Okay, I see Varun, Samskriti, Tulasi, Balaram, Aditya. You can all go ahead and recite this verse. Okay.
Mataji, can I go first?
Can you pin the video?
I don't know how to pin the videos, but Mataji will be able to do so. Vinita Mataji?
You mean, whose video? The person saying the verse?
Okay, Mataji, I will do that. I'm doing that. Yes.
Yeah.
Wait, whose video?
Okay, now whoever is talking, they'll come.
Yeah. Five of them. Please recite this verse together. 1, 2, 3. Go ahead.
Vedanam sama vedosmi devanam asmi vashava indriyanam manashasmi bhutanam asmi chetana.
Wonderful. I could clearly hear your voices. That was awesome. It was synchronized. It was slow and steady. Okay, translation now. Who knows this memorized? If at all anybody knows this memorized, they can raise their hands now. Okay, Mukund, do you know it memorized?
No, Mataji, not the translation.
I'm sorry. Okay, I see Samskriti and Tulasi. I think we will give chance to Samskriti. Go ahead, Samskriti.
Vedanam sama vedosmi devanam asmi vasaha indriyanam manaschasmi bhutanam asmi chetana. Can I also say a translation?
Can we give the chance to somebody else?
Okay.
Who has not spoken yet? Please go ahead and read a translation for me. Thank you so much, Samskriti. All right. Anybody wants to raise their hands and say the translation?
Me, Mataji.
Okay, go ahead.
Of the Vedas, I am Samaveda. Of the demigods, I am Indra, the king of heaven. Of the senses, I am mind.
Oh, I'm sorry. Mhm.
Of the Veda uh,
And in living beings,
beings, I
here,
am.
and in living beings, I am the living force consciousness.
I'll sing it, Mataji.
Okay, okay. Sorry, I flipped the slides, and that's why I thought I probably missed you. Okay, thank you, Tulsi. Okay, we'll move on quickly to the
That
today's
was cute.
session. Today's session is going to
Mataji,
talk
this is
about Krishna.
Keshavi. I said
Hare Krishna.
that, Mataji, this is Keshavi.
Oh, Keshavi said that. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought mistook it to be Tulsi. Thank you, Keshavi. Appreciate that. All right. So we are going to talk about Krishna's quality. His quality being ever youthful. Okay, what does youthfulness mean?
Can be used all the time.
Young.
He's always young.
Yes.
16 years old.
Correct. Youthfulness is young, and that
Teenager.
yes. So we have Krishna to be young here, and we will see what the ages are. As Mukund you mentioned, right? I mean, we will see what is Kaumara, Pauganda, and Kaishara. So, anyways, so Krishna has these three progressive ages: Kaumara, Pauganda, and Kaishara. That is Krishna's Kaumara, Pauganda, and Kaishara pastimes. So we saw whenever Krishna Kaumara age, it lasts till 5 years, and Pauganda lasts up to 10 years, and Kaishora up to 15 years, up to 15, 16 also we can say. That is Kaishora. So once he goes more than that, he is not a youth anymore. But Krishna, he always stays in Kaishora. Okay. So can you all remember this? Kaumara is still 5, Pauganda is still 10, and Kaishora is still 15 or 16. Okay. And Krishna, he doesn't age beyond Kaishora. He eternally is in the Kaishora age. Even in the battle of Kurukshetra, if you look at Krishna, he was approximately 125 years old. Approximately, okay? Some people call it different numbers. But again, the point here is that he looks like a 16-year or a 15-year-old boy. And he is always eternally like that. But we are not like that, right? We age. So if when I was young, I probably looked different, and now I'm looking very old. So this is what happens with the human beings. They age, and everybody, as they age, they become old. We also have boyhood, youth, then old age, and finally, obviously, death comes to us at a certain point in time. But Krishna, he's quite different in that case. He is always eternally 16, and he remembers the past, present, and future of all living beings. That is the speciality of Krishna. But with the human beings, even after a minute, we forget what happened, previously. So that is the state of us versus in comparison to Krishna. He is the supreme personality of Godhead, and we are the part and parcels, eternal fragmental parts of Krishna. Okay. All right. So the nectar of devotion, what does it say? Ever youthful Krishna, he is beautiful at all his different ages, namely his childhood, his boyhood, and youth. Out of these three, his youth is the reservoir of all pleasures and is the time when the highest varieties of devotional service are acceptable. At that age, Krishna is full of transcendental qualities and is engaged in transcendental pastimes. Obviously, all the pastimes in his different ages are all transcendental, and this particular youthful pastime, he is Akila Rasamrita Sindhu. He is exhibited all his rasas in this Kaishara pastime. So it's pretty transcendental, and it's all loved by the devotees because of that reason. Anybody has any questions? I heard a voice. I'm not sure.
I've got a question. So people say that Krishna was a sage before and then he became God, but I believe that Krishna was just born with Yashoda. Is that true? Which one is true?
Krishna, he is in the Goloka Vrindavana. He is in a spiritual form in the Goloka Vrindavana. And when he descends to the earth, he comes in the same form, the Sachitananda form. And so that is Krishna. Even though he is born to Mother Yashodama, he is also called the unborn Aja. because obviously there is no birth and death for Krishna. Krishna is eternally there. He's
know
always
how
there.
to.
He's exhibiting his pastimes in the earth or in the different planets, or he's there in the Goloka Vrindavana. He can be simultaneously there also in both the places or different places. So that is Krishna. It is so inconceivable, right?
Yeah, Mataji, I was thinking that, but I was not sure.
Yes. Are you clear now, dear?
Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for your beautiful question. Okay, let's see. At this age, Krishna, he is described as follows. The force of Krishna's youth was combined with his beautiful smile, which defeated even the beauty of the full moon. So it is said that whenever you have, whenever you look at the face of Krishna, all the material pangs, all the material sufferings that we have in this world was vanquished. We'll go after these material things because we are not attracted to the beauty of Krishna. Once we start admiring the beauty of Krishna, then our attention will not go anywhere else. You may be attracted to cars now, or you may be attracted to mobile phones or computers now, but after a while, as you mature in the process of devotional service, as you mature in Krishna consciousness, when your love starts to increase, you will see Krishna's beauty is incomparable to anything. You will start admiring that, oh, in front of Krishna's beauty or Radharani's beauty, these things that I'm looking after, they seem so insignificant. Like that, you will start to feel. And so again, his youth is being described here compared to the full moon. He was always nicely dressed, and he was always attracting the minds of the gopis who were there or thereby who were thereby always feeling pleasure. So when the gopis, they were separated from Krishna, they wanted to forget Krishna very badly, but they were trying. So we all tried hard to remember Krishna, right? I mean, we are at times always hankering to remember Krishna, but the gopis, they wanted to forget Krishna because they were not unable to bear the separation from Krishna, and they are not able to do so. Wherever they go, wherever they whatever they did, they always remember Krishna. In this way, their moods were completely absorbed in Krishna, even without him physically being present there. So that was the state of the gopis, and we all know the gopis' minds are always on Krishna, and they were always attracted to the transcendental pastimes of Krishna. Now there is this Bhagavatam verse which talks about how youthful is Krishna, and his eternal, his beautiful, obviously how beautiful he is and how youthful he is being talked about in this purport. And it is 3.28.17. What does the translation say? The translation says, the Lord is eternally very beautiful and is worshipable by the inhabitants of every planet. He is ever youthful and always eager to bestow his blessing upon his devotees. So the word Sarvaloka Namaskritam means he is worshipable by every being on the planet. There are innumerable planets in the material world and innumerable planets in the spiritual world also. Can somebody read this verse from Brahma Samhita for me?
Mataji, can Mukund sir?
Yes, Mukund, go ahead.
अद्वैतमच्युतमनादिमनन्तरूपम् आद्यं पुराणपुरुषं नवयौवनं च वेदेषु दुर्लभमदुर्लभमात्मभक्त गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि. Hare Krishna.
Mataji, can Subhadra say?
Subhadra, we are trying to complete this, Subhadra, next time, okay? I am going to talk about Nityananda Prabhu's pastimes, remember? We will not have time for that otherwise.
I can say it fast, Mataji.
Okay, go ahead, go ahead.
अद्वैतमच्युतमनादिमनन्तरूपम् अद्यं पुराणपुरुषं नवयौवनं च वेदेषु दुर्लभमदुर्लभात्मभक्तो गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि.
Yes, that was pretty fast. Thank you, Subhadra. The original person is one without a second, yet he never appears old. He always appears as fresh as a blooming youth. So we all know Krishna. He is the source of all sources. So he is the one who's there always in the beginning, and he is the cause of all causes. But yet he is. We say he is ever youthful. In the sense, he never appears old, but he is the oldest. So we can see the contrast. It's so inconceivable. That will be talked about by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu very soon. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Krishna, he is the absolute truth. Vrajendra Nandana. In the abode of Vraja or Krishna Loka or Vrindavana, he has his devotees as his father and mother. He is just like a 16-year-old boy, Vrajendra Nandana. He is the real feature of Krishna. You will never find Krishna as an old man. No, Krishna's body is Satchitananda. It is eternal. It is full of knowledge and bliss. He holds a flute in his hand and always...
Krishna is never old, and we grow old no matter what.
Correct, exactly. That is the difference. And he is Satchitananda, full of knowledge, eternity, and bliss. He holds his hand, he holds his flute in his hand and always looks just like a fresh 16-year-old boy in the Kaishora age. Kaishora means from 10 to 15 years of age. And after the 15th year, the Yavana begins. That is another stage. And that is after 15. Krishna is always in his Kaishora Avastha, which means he appears just like a 15 or 16-year-old boy and Vrajendra Nandana. But at the same time, as Lord Chaitanya, he says in the next verse, Sarva Adi, he is the originator of everything. Whatever you see in this material world or spiritual world, he is the originator. So in that case, he is the oldest, but you will see him young. So this is the inconceivable potency of the Lord. He is the cause of all causes. He is the originator. So in that case, he is supposed to be the oldest, but he looks young. So this is about Krishna and his quality being ever youthful. Okay. Now we'll quickly see some pastimes of Nityananda Prabhu. And Nityananda Prabhu's Tithi is today, right? And here the appearance day is non-different from Nityananda. So whatever glorification you hear about Nityananda is very auspicious today, okay? And that is the reason I wanted to share some pastimes with you in today's class. Okay, anyway, so we will stop the share now and I will just go through some pastimes with you, okay? There is no PowerPoint or anything. You can just listen to me, okay? Is that fine, kids?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay. So we all know Nityananda Prabhu, he is born in this place called Ekachakra Dham in order to assist who? In order to assist Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is the supreme personality of Godhead in his most magnanimous pastimes. Okay. So what happened is Nityananda Prabhu, he appeared in this year 1474 AD. And his parents, who are the parents? Hadai Pandit and Srimati Padmavati Devi. They are his proud parents. So now, so the Nityananda pastimes, we will see one or two of them today. Okay, depending on how much time we have, we will go through that. So Nityananda Prabhu, we all know in his childhood, Nityananda Prabhu was very sober and intelligent. His beauty, it surpassed millions of cupids. His appearance brought auspiciousness and good fortune to this hometown Ekachakra, which became free from poverty and sins. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared in India, Nityananda Prabhu began to loudly roar in ecstasy. His roar penetrated the coverings of the universe, when no one could understand the deep reaction for why Nityananda Prabhu is roaring like this. As soon as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was born, Nityananda Prabhu did this. And then we also see that along with his friends, little Nitai, he exhibited beautiful dramas depicting the pastimes of Lord Krishna and Lord Rama. What all pastimes did they enact? They enacted the marriage pastimes of Devaki and Vasudeva. They also enacted pastimes of the appearance of Lord Krishna in Kamsa's prison. Like they will do it as such, like, you know, there will be a prison and somebody will be playing the role of Krishna, and somebody, you know, Devaki and Vasudeva characters will be there, and he would talk the dialogues, everything from the scriptures like that. And everybody will be surprised. How is Nita able to say all the dialogues from the scriptures without even reading, without even going to Gurukul? How is he able to do all this? Everybody will be surprised. And Nitai, he'll just smile and he'll think to himself, these are all my pastimes. How will I forget, like that, right? And then he used to enact the pastimes of Putana, Dhenukashur, Bhakasur. They enacted the pastimes of Krishna lifting the Govardhan hill. They used to enact pastimes with the gopis and the wives of the sacrificial brahmanas. And then they would be involved in the pastimes of
Mataji, is there gonna Is there going to be a presentation?
No, it's not going to be a presentation. I'm just saying these things for you.
Okay.
I've got a
So
question.
there's no like
So, like
PowerPoint or
this,
anything.
they
right?
enacted
My
law.
question is
No. Yes, go ahead with your question.
is there any cooking class or drawing class or something today?
Yes. Today we have in 5-6 minutes we'll be having I think moral stories by Mataji. Okay.
Ooh.
Yes. So in this way he exhibited different pastimes. Sometimes unseen by anyone, he would enter into a house where milk products were kept and he would steal butter with his friends, just like how Balaram he happened to do that in Vrindavan. Nitai, he would play a role of Vamanadev and rob Bali Maharaj of all his wealth in the guise of a begging charity. So in this way, he exhibited so many pastimes. And sometimes he even would depict the pastimes of Ramachandra, where they would construct a bridge to reach the kingdom of Ravana in Lanka. Then the children used to bring small pieces of wood. They will throw them into the water to show how the army of monkeys actually constructed this bridge over the ocean in the Treta Yuga. So all this will be depicted as such. Whatever is told in the scriptures, it will be depicted as such, and they will also speak the dialogues in the same way as it's written in the scriptures. Likewise, one day he was playing a role of Lakshman. Nitai enacted to fight with Indrajit, Ramana's most powerful son. One of the friends who played the role of Indrajit struck him with a lotus flower, which represented the powerful Shakti shield weapon that rendered Lakshman unconscious in the actual war. Now Nitai, he became unconscious because he was playing the role of Lakshman, and Indrajit, he happened to throw a powerful weapon at Lakshman, because of which he became unconscious. Being absorbed in the mood of Lakshman, Nityananda Prabhu fell upon the ground on being stuck and could not be brought back to consciousness. Oh my God, everybody thought as if he was not there anymore. Fearing the worst, the villagers' children notified the villagers about what had happened in the Ekachakra Gram. And the villagers, including Padmavati Devi, Hadai Pandit, everyone, they happened to rush to the spot to find out what had happened to Nitai. When they found that Nityananda Prabhu did not have any symptoms of life in his body, they all started to cry. Tears fell upon them. They broke into tears. And everybody, they were all worried about what had happened to him. Then what happened? One of the friends who enacted the role of Hanuman remembered what Nitai had previously instructed him to do. Nityananda Prabhu had instructed this Hanuman. He had informed before the drama had begun that he would regain consciousness only after smelling of the required medicinal herbs that will be brought by Hanuman. This is exactly what happened with Lakshman during his fight with Indrajit. So accordingly, this child, he forgot that he had to go and bring this medicinal herbs so that Lakshman could be woken up. That is how Nitai could be woken up. Immediately he remembered. He said, "Oh my God, Nitai told me this, but I somehow forgot, and I now happen to remember. Thank God!" And he rushed, and he then brought the herbs from a small hillock which represented Gandhamadana mountains. On the way, two of his other friends, playing the role of Rakshasa and Crocodile, they tried to stop Hanuman and devour him. Defeating them and also the army of the demigods who obstructed his way, Hanuman could finally reach the mountain. Not able to find the required mountain, he uprooted the entire Gandhamadana mountain and brought it back to Lanka, where Lakshman was laying unconscious. Another child, he was playing a role of a Vaidya, then collected the required herbs from the mound of mud that had been brought and held it near Nitai's nostrils. As soon as he breathed the medicine, Nitai, he regained consciousness. And now Hadai Pandita and Padmavati Devi, they were all so relieved and wept their tears of joy. They said, "Yes, my child is back alive." Understanding the deep mood of Nityananda and how absorbed he was in playing the role of Lakshman, the onlookers, they were all stunned looking at how he enacted this play. He was playing exactly as if he was in the role of Lakshman. The Hanuman also played his role. The Vaidya also played his role. All these kids, they beautifully depicted their characters so well. But they were specifically attracted to Nitai's character for doing that part on unconsciousness. Right? He did not even wake up. He did not regain consciousness till the time Hanuman actually came to him, or the Vaidya gave him the medicines. So that was Nitai's determination to enact the pastimes in such a way that it was depicted as if it was from the scriptures, and he exactly played the role of Lakshman. And when Hadai Pandit inquired as to who taught all these pastimes to him, Nityananda Prabhu, he replied that all these were his eternal pastimes. Under the influence of Yoga Maya, however, no one could decipher the true intent of his words. No one could understand that he was he was Lord Balaram, right? Even though he did say that it was all his eternal, but because of Yoga Maya, everybody was covered. Thus, from his childhood, Lord Nityananda, he propagated the glories of Lord Hari. He was loved by one and all. All these little boys of Ekachakra hankered to associate with Nityananda Prabhu, and they used to spend time with Nityananda Prabhu. In this way, Lord Nitai, he spent his first 12 years of his blissful life at Ekachakradam. So this is a beautiful pastime, and I wanted to share it with you all. There are so many other pastimes, but because of the lack of time, we will not be able to do that. But of course, Ratna Mataji has beautiful stories with her, which she will be sharing with you, and you can all relish those stories. So kids, did you all enjoy Nityananda Prabhu's story?
Yes, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji, very much. Thank you.
So this is the way you have to engross yourself when somebody is taking Krishna Katha, talking about Krishna's glories, right? Or when you are talking about Krishna's glories, you should just engross and absorb yourself like how Parikshit Maharaj did. And this is the lesson we learned from Lord Nitai also, how engrossed he was, and how he enacted the pastimes beautifully. He went and played the role, not only played the role, but he was himself in the role, right? So that was the mood, and we all can pray to Lord Nityananda Prabhu to, for our advancement in devotional service, so that we always please Sri Guru and Gauranga. Okay, kids? Thank you so much for today's patient listening. I'll see you all next week. Till then, see you. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha
Yes, Kripas.
कृपासिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो
वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंतपुरी वैष्णव की जय, प्रभुपाद की जय, राधिका कस्तूरी माताजी की जय।
जय हरे कृष्णा
हरे कृष्ण माताजी, थैंक यू वेरी मच माताजी।
Hare Krishna.
Ratna Mataji, you can take over. Hare
Ratnavalli
Krishna.
Mataji, Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण माताजी, this is Mukund।
Hare Krishna Mukund.
Hare Krishna Mataji, this is Ojasvi.
Hare Krishna. Thank you for the wonderful class, Mataji. Really appreciate. Today I thought of, because it's Lord Nityananda's appearance day. So I just created some slides, but I think you already covered almost everything. So
Hare Krishna Mataji.
I will.
Two stories, Mataji.
Yes, I'm going to the stories because I thought that I need to, I'll cover the Lord Nityananda's pastime. So that's why I have just
Oh,
created the
Mataji, I
slides.
didn't know that I will be coinciding with your story. So sorry,
No,
Mataji.
no, no. No, I have wrongly, created it. But anyway, I have also a story. So I'll just go through the stories now. Okay. And let me go to the story. Let me know if you are able to see the screen.
I can see it, Mataji.
Okay.
Mataji, I can't see it. I mean, I
It is-
can. Yeah, now I can.
Okay, good. Okay. I will just a second. Let me. Okay. Okay, let me get to this and yeah. So we
Story.
sorry,
I know the story.
you know the story, but listen again.
Mataji, this is Shubhadra.
Hare Krishna Subhadra. So I guess you all
I
are
don't
enjoying.
I don't know
enjoying-
this story, Mataji.
You know?
No, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I know
Very
the
good.
story
So
much.
let's yeah, for the purpose of everyone, like let's go to the story. And the main thing is today everyone are, I think everyone are enjoying the Lord Nityananda's appearance day. So we'll start with Hare Krishna Mahamantra, where he really likes the Mahamantra. So we'll say Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Yeah. So everyone knows when Nityananda, where Nityananda was born, right? Which place?
Ekachakra.
Right, Ekachakra. And what was the famous pastime of Nityananda?
Jagai Madhai.
Right, Jagai Madai. And what do you learn from that Jagai and Madai?
He is merciful.
He is merciful
So merciful and
and sinful.
in? I didn't understand the last one.
I think they said sinful.
Sinful. And sinful.
He is not, I mean,
Ada and Jagai were sinful.
yeah, Mada and Jagai were sinful, but they have changed their heart.
Mataji, this is Shubhadra speaking.
Yep.
I'm saying that Jagai and Madhai are the sinful brothers. In
Right,
Navadvip.
they are sinful brothers, and why they
We-
have changed
we
their heart?
We learned the rhyme of it.
Yeah, who changed their heart from sinful?
Nanda Prabhu and
Nityananda Prabhu.
Best qualities, the quality of tolerance. He was really being tolerant to all the sinful actions that his, Jagai and Madai were doing. Even they took, one brother took the stone and he hit him, but still, still he was very tolerant to all his sinful reactions, and he was really merciful to them, and very very even when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was about to curse him, they stopped him. So that's why will see how this tolerance is a key for the spiritual aspirant for us. Nityananda Mahaprabhu is Balaram himself. So 100% he'll have all the qualities. But how this tolerance key for knew their
Mataji, can we please see the story now?
yes, that's what I'm saying. So I'm saying why we have to be tolerant and why tolerance is very important. So that's the story. Okay. Now, once a young man named Ram approached a saintly person for initiation. So, and he went to the guru as usual, like, how we go to the gurus and say, I'm really aspiring from you. Can you please give me some initiation? So like that, he was also pleading to the guru saying that, can you please accept me as your disciple? Then the guru said, okay, you should practice penance for 1 year. And after that, you should have a bath and come back, and then I'll accept you as my disciple. Then he was ready to do that. He was, the penance is just for the purification of the soul. So he was doing accordingly the same thing, like how his guru said, same thing. He did lots of severe penance for 1 year, exactly 1 year. And then he went to the Ganges, and and he took bath, and wore the very good t-shirt, clothes and everything, and then came out. And afterwards, what happened? The Guru said, sweeper. I mean, sweeper dust on Ram after he had bath. I mean, sweep dust on the Ram after he had bath. Certainly. So he was just testing his patience. Okay, let me see if he did everything as it is based upon the circumstances. But now it's time for the test. Always Guru will be testing the disciple. So he'll ask the sweepers just to go and put this dust on the on Ram after taking the bath. Then he directly just goes there. I mean, accidentally, like he make sure that it looks accident. The sweeper brooms the road and threw dust on Ram. He became angry, and what he did, he ran after him with great speed and beat him up. He was so angry, like I just did so much of penance and took bath and did so many things, and he just did that. And Ram again took the bath, and he came to the saint for the initiation. So now he says to the Guru, now I did all whatever you have said. Can you please accept me as your disciple? Now the Guru started saying, okay, though you had done penance, still you had not able to tolerate anger. Anger is the one which we immediately get whenever something, our expectations are not met. If you say that, okay, mom today is making, I mean, she promises to make a cake, then all of a sudden she doesn't make it for some reason. And what you do, like children, young children, they get so mad that, oh no, you have promised me that you are going to make a cake, but you didn't make the cake. So, like that, anger is the first key thing that will come whenever our expectations are not met. So,
Mataji, for example,
mhm,
your mom and dad promised they would buy you like a few gifts or like some stuff, but
yeah,
then
surprises.
after that they couldn't really buy a few stuff and they ended up not doing it and we got really mad.
Then what you'll do? You'll become mad and upset, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Mataji,
yeah.
I'm saying that we promised our mom or like some dad like like they promised us that they'll get a gift for our friends, but if they did if they didn't brought it, we'll get sad and get angry and very
Yeah, and
sad.
you'll show all kinds of tantrums. I know my son does all the time. Whenever I say something and I don't give him, he's like, you broke your promise, and then so on, blah, 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 all these kinds of tantrums. So, yeah. So, for everyone, not only children, for everyone, even if in the job, for example, my boss promises me something, and if I don't get it, I'll first thing it comes into my mind is like, why you didn't do that, and kind of, so you'll get first anger. So if you just take a moment and then be calm and just think about why they didn't do based on the circumstance, we'll get that answer, the patience. Yep.
First comes lust, then anger.
Yeah, lust is nothing but the desire, the one which you ask and your parents or someone has promised you to give, but
That
yeah,
was what
the expectations are not met. So that's it.
okay.
Why expectations are come? Because of lust. Yes, very good. So now in this case also the Guru was explaining him. So for a person aspiring to be a sadhu, he has to be very tolerant. You go back and meditate for 1 more year and come back to me. So he says why you have to meditate. And here after 1 year, Ram again takes bath and also he'll return to the saint. Now the sweeper again sweeps the same thing, like as like last time, he just sweeper came and touched the body of Ram with the broom. Now Ram became angry and this time chastised him heavily with words and returned back to the saint. So, like he didn't even change. So the sadhu says, "You have not yet become tolerant enough. You have to go again meditate for 1 more year and come back." Then, after 1 year, the saint told the sweeper, "Empty the entire basket of dirt on the head of Ram." That is too much. But still, he said that. And now, accordingly, after taking the bath and he was returning after 1 year, that is almost 3 years of meditation he has done in total. And the sweeper went and took the whole basket of dustbin, and he just emptied on the Ram's head. Now, this time something happened. Ram smiled and told sweeper, "Thank you. If you had not poured the dust on my head, then I would never had known how to learn to tolerate my anger." So this time the saint accepted Ram as his disciple. So he learned his lesson. He was like, say learn how to tolerate anger, even though if the circumstances are not according to our wish. So the moral of the story is the best answer to anger is silence. So as we learn from the Lord Nityananda's pastime, how the Jagai and Madai were very angry and they were just blaspheming Nityananda left and right. Even then, he was silent. He was just asking them, "Can you please chant Hare Krishna? Can you please chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra?" That's all.
Is there enough time to tell the story again? I liked it.
You liked it? Thank you. So, you want the story again to be read? I think there's a less time. We cannot go through the whole story, but the gist of the story is when the Ram was a disciple, he was just a human, like a person like us, and he wanted to be initiated by a guru. So when he went to the guru and he asked for he wanted to be a disciple of him, he asked him to first practice penance. Penance is nothing but, for example, he did meditation, but for us, chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra regularly. When we chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, what will happen? It will cleanse our heart, right? So that's what happened. So first 1 year, he did meditation, but nothing has changed in his, mind. It just cleansed a little bit of dust. And then he went to as soon as the dust really came onto him, he really got agitated and anger. And then his his guru rejected and said that go and do one more round of meditation. He did that, and then he did not change his mind and came back again. He did the same thing, 1 year of meditation. And at last, when he poured the whole bunch of dust on his head, then he came to know that how we need to tolerate, and he was able to understand the meaning of it, actual tolerance, and how he should behave. He became a disciple of his guru. So, and also he learned his lesson. So, and that means that he also cleaned his heart. Got it? Any questions? Okay. Then I hope, yeah. Someone is saying something?
We don't have any questions, Mataji.
Okay. Okay then. Let's enjoy rest of the Lord Nityananda's whole Janmashtami day. And we will say Jai Nityananda Mahaprabhu and we'll end the class, okay? Hare Krishna. And Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripasya.
Patitana Pavebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you very much, Mataji.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mataji.
Thank you.
Mataji, thank you everyone. Bye bye.